up for Anthony!
You guys have been paying attention. Actually, growing up, I was so poor, the DARE t-shirt I had didn't have the words underneath. So I grew up thinking DARE stood for drugs are really expensive. And in a single parent family, that's reason enough not to get involved. My mom's conversation with me about drugs, she's like, hey, some of your friends are going to do drugs. You should be friends with those people because obviously their parents are rich. They're going to come up in the world. Their parents give them drugs. I give you affection. Here's a hug. Leave me alone. Come back in 3 days. I want to catch up with you guys. We're going to go all the way back to November. This past November, I celebrated my 8-year anniversary in the city of New Orleans. I wouldn't applaud that. That just means I don't pay attention to the news. Should have left a while ago. The warning signs were there. But I do remember I scouted out New Orleans before I decided to live here, and I remember the first time I got out of the car and stepped foot in the quarter. Guy came up to me, I'd only walked a few blocks, guy came up to me, complimented my shoes, told me where I got them, astonishing, and then, even though I was a tourist, to make me feel like a local, stole my shoes. It's incredible. He's just like, you're one of us now, walk home barefooted, just like your girlfriend. I was like, all right, cool, no problem. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Did this just go? Okay, there we go. What I think is really funny about New Orleans is they make a point to tell you where all the drug-free zones are, but no one tells you where all the free drug zones are. Turns out it's the entirety of Bourbon. Just walk along, look like this, and people will just come up to you. True story. When I first moved here, I moved to Treme, okay? Because I heard about the show, wanted to be hip and cool, okay? So I moved to Treme. I'm coming home, it's like 1:30 in the morning, okay? This guy comes up to me, he's like, hey man, do you party? So I don't really know drug lingo. I was just like, yeah, of course I party. That's why I live so close to the quarter, so I can like walk home. He's like, no, man. Like, I got party favors. I'm like, I usually don't decorate. Are you selling like streamers or like something out of your... It's like, no, man, I got weed. I got the best weed. Now I had 2 issues with this. The first one is, I think if you have the best weed in New Orleans, you just have like an answering service. You don't really like leave your house, and you certainly aren't pitching people at close to 2 o'clock in the morning. Now the second issue I had with this, now this really happened, by the way, you guys. Comedians will come up here and exaggerate. This actually happened. So my second issue with this whole situation is, I look at the guy and I'm like, how are you going to try and sell me drugs when there's the cop right there? This true story, this is on Governor Nichols. This is what happens. He looks at the cop, looks back at me and says, I already asked him, but they drug test now. So now he got the badge, he don't buy. That's a thing that happened. Another thing that happened, like I said, I lived in Treme for the first few years. I see one of my neighbors at a coffee shop. I live in a 6-plex. Neighbor comes up to me and says, hey, just so you know, be careful trying to go back to the apartment building. Police have that whole area blocked off because they're shooting out there. They've been shooting out there for the past few hours. Now, what he should have said, and what I think he meant to say was, filming. They're filming out there, so it's blocked off. But I decided just to move. I just fucking moved. Because I believed either option. And that's when I knew I needed to go into the quarter. You know, like out of the fire and directly into the pot, or however that works. What's really funny is like when I first moved to New Orleans, I had a car. I got rid of my car because New Orleans was small enough I could get around like streetcar, whatever, bike. I had like 2 bikes. So when I first got here, I'm like, wow, this place is like really environmentally conscientious. I looked around, I'm like, a lot of people in New Orleans have bikes. Like, cool. But now I've lived in New Orleans and I realize a lot of people have DUIs out here. They don't care about the environment. It costs $2,700 in overdue fines and tickets for them to legally drive. Public service announcement, pay your tickets, guys. I don't know, catching up on November, everybody happy with however the politics turned out during that time? Oh, cool, nice, quiet. Let me just drop a fucking pin real quick right there. I'm going to tell you who I voted for. I'm going to be honest. I voted for the people with the most signs. You know? That's politics at work. I voted for the people with the most signs because, like I said, wearing a DARE t-shirt as a kid, my mom always told me, like, if you think about it, if they have the most signs, they mean they have a lot of friends and a lot of money. And I learned from the DARE program, those are the people you want to be friends with. So that's who I voted for. And they were counting on your vote as well. Even though you guys stay registered in the states you came from, that's fine. I have out-of-state tax insurance here is crazy. My friend's a doomsday prepper. She is one of those people, she has the Costco membership to show for it, but she's one of those people that thinks at any given moment we are on the onset of apocalypse, civil war, all that stuff. So at any given time, this is true also, she has 3 months worth of like food, blankets, water, all that stuff. 3 months worth. She's not really friendly with her neighbor. She doesn't like him because he's a hardcore Republican, got the red signs outside to show for it, has a concealed carry, but wears his gun brandished. Okay, that just means exposed. Jennifer knows all about that. And I told her, I said, listen, it's probably in your best interest to be really good friends with your neighbor, especially if you think there's going to be an apocalypse. Because if anything goes down, you might have 3 months worth of supplies, but he has a gun and all your supplies. So shit gets real, that's what I'm saying. You guys, I don't know how you guys vote, but make sure you have at least a few Republican friends, okay? Do you know how to hunt? Do you know how to farm? Because Republicans sure as fuck do. And if anything goes down, you're gonna go hungry. Republicans would have hunted, shot, killed, skinned, and cooked dinner, while everybody else is like, how do you even milk an almond? I'm dying of thirst here. Get that peanut butter away from me! Don't threaten me with bread. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. Too real. All right. LaToya Cantrell, she's the mayor of this fair city. LaToya Cantrell's in trouble right now for sleeping with a cop. I've heard the expression, fuck the police, but like seriously, simmer down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, justice is blind. She is hideous. She looks like most of our roads. I'm just saying, that's a facial joke, not a racial joke. She is fucking ugly. Sweet. Cops is a sensitive subject. I like to make a point of keeping a track of all of my friends who say they hate cops. I got a list. There's 4 people on it right now. Any one of my friends who says they hate cops, I keep track of their name because on one night, when I'm down and out, I'm gonna rob all of those motherfuckers. Just to show that they're hypocrites. Who are you gonna call? Nobody! Don't lie. Don't lie. Also, public service announcement, a little word of advice here. Never complain when you see 6 cops pulling over 1 car. That's 5 cops that aren't fucking with you. Let the hyenas feed and run along, gazelle. Just run. All right? One's taking a hit for you, move along, vultures. But a lot of my black friends, and I do have plenty, I'm not going to show you photos of all of them, nor do I need to even say that for this joke, but a lot of people are so concerned, like, oh my God, cops make me uneasy, cops make me uneasy. They're like, I don't even feel comfortable if I'm driving and I see a cop behind me, and I'm just like, who the fuck do you think doesn't get emotionally unsettled when they see a cop behind them for at least 2 traffic signals? You could be a soccer mom of 3 in a minivan with all the paperwork up to date. You will still be sweating at the palms like you're transporting fucking kilos of heroin. No one likes the idea. A lot of my friends are cops. Just recording this to let them know. And also, as a minority, I just want to say, look, racial profiling is wrong. Not all minorities with expensive cars sell drugs. Some of us stole the car, you know? It's way easier. You tried selling drugs in New Orleans, it's a really competitive business. It's like everybody's got their own. Some guys are registered as an LLC. It's ridiculous. I don't even trust gummies anymore. How's everyone's Thanksgiving? The only thing more awkward than Thanksgiving is the Thanksgiving where you catch up on 3 other Thanksgivings. That's super great. Bunch of racial slurs from your drunk uncle. That's really great. It was really awkward for my friend. He finally got the courage to introduce the woman he's been seeing to his family. But his dad actually liked her a lot. His mom got along with her okay. But his wife and kids couldn't fucking stand that bitch. It's ridiculous. Apparently, you can only fuck other people while married if you're like a celebrity, because then everyone thinks like, oh my god, you're such a victim. Okay. It's funny because it's true. Christmas was great, you guys. Did you guys go get good presents? I'm catching up, it's January. Okay. I went ahead, took it upon myself to get myself the gift I knew I wanted. It's nice, it's portable, it's pocket sized, it's an ATM receipt of all the money I saved from not buying anyone shit. So good. I'm gonna get it laminated. It's nice. My friend, actually, a lot of people like pets are really popular. My friend wanted a dog, and after 5 months, she went ahead and for Christmas she got herself a dog because she couldn't have one naturally. And first you try, then you adopt. You know, she had a pet sitting business. That's canceled. So crazy. I hear that business is rough. I got my uncle a Bluetooth headset. Everyone thinks he's crazy because he talks to himself. Now he's got that headset. Everyone just thinks he's extremely popular. Works out well. Get it for your uncles, your grandmas. It's really sweet. I don't know if you guys noticed, but like they had like a really, we live in this like politically correct woke culture, so they had all these toys for kids. Like they had Divorce Barbie. Did you see Divorce Barbie? No. She comes with all of her accessories and all of Ken's accessories. Then they had San Francisco Ken. He comes with all of Barbie's accessories. Roller skates, pink backpack, very popular. You guys remember those old school pull string dolls? You pull the string and it has like 1 of 5 phrases. So they have a new politically correct pull string doll. You pull the string and it doesn't say anything because it could possibly offend one of its customers. It's actually to teach women, young girls, about how to use tampons. Just kidding. All right, moving along. They also have this game for like seniors. You guys know Guess Who? Remember that game? Do they have glasses? Do they? So they have a new version of Guess Who for seniors. It's just pictures of their family, and they're like, "Can you spot your daughter? How about the one who changed your diapers, Grandma?" It's a good game. You win inheritance. It's really, or incontinence. I don't really know how that works. For Christmas, I was actually trying to do a little side gig, trying to make some extra money. So for $300 during Christmas, I would dress up as Santa, go to your house, make a little bit of noise, and then pretend to die of a stroke. Because it's really difficult to tell your kids that there's no Santa. But you save a lot of money if they're only 8 years old and they watch him die and help bury him in the backyard. I dig myself out of it. I'm telling you, it's going to be a growing business. New Year's, we're on New Year's now. I'm catching up. The calendar comic right here, baby. New Year's, or as we call it in New Orleans, firework or firearm. It's a great guessing game. You lay down flat on the ground. You look out the window and you're like, oh, that was a firework. And let's get down to the basement. All right. There's no basements. You just dig yourself a hole. Hopefully next to where I'm buried is Santa. New Year's resolutions. You guys have any of those? I actually already accomplished my New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution was to have a threesome. And I accomplished it on a technicality. I had sex with a girl who is bipolar and bisexual. 12 minutes in, complete energy changed, same body, different style. I'm like, all right, winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's me here. Actually, one of my New Year's resolutions now is to wear shirts that are a little bit too big for me. Let me tell you why. I was really concerned. I went to the doctor because I thought I had asthma. And after $600 and 2 appointments, turns out I don't have asthma. I'm just vain. I've been sucking in my stomach for 6 years. So just let it breathe, let it go. Wear shirts a little bit bigger. Now my friends are like, have you lost weight? I'm like, no, I went up a size, but yes, absolutely. I got a minute left probably. All right. I'm socially awkward. I was at a coffee shop and this very aggressive woman came up to me and she's like, excuse me, do you have an issue with me nursing my baby here? And I'm like, lady, if I had an issue with you nursing your child, I wouldn't have been staring at you for the last 15 minutes while you did it. I'm extremely supportive, but also they're out of creamer, and it looks like you got a little bit left over on the right side there. Thank you. And finally, I'm so socially awkward. See, I just fucked up that word. So socially awkward. I was talking to my friends, and I was trying to tell them that ever since my grandma passed away, I feel like because we're so close, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, I feel like she's with me. That's what I was trying to tell my friends. But what I ended up saying was, hey, you guys, I think my grandma watches me masturbate.
Oh my God.
Most of my friends don't even know she passed away, so they just think I come from a really weird family. You guys have been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm going to still stick with the narrative that you come from a really weird family. There's no way you can be like born into a normal family and be that funny. There's just not enough trauma to go around. Time plus tragedy is comedy, and that's our comedy show. So especially everybody, I need y'all to start clapping, not you. Y'all to start clapping. Thank you.